that last Marauder does not stand a chance against these last 8 Zerglings here. So it looks like the Terran player was not able to do any significant damage, although he did manage to take out a decent amount of Zerglings. And it looks like he is starting to build more Hellions now that he is aware that this Zerg player ZpuX has gone primarily for Zerglings at this point. So Little One trying to get an expansion up, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish it since there are a lot of Zerglings. And yeah, he does have to cancel that. And more Hellions coming out right now. He is getting that pre-igniter, so that is going to do extra damage against the Zerglings, although with the speed upgrade it's going to be a lot more difficult to get shots on those Zerglings. But back at his main base, he is mining pretty thoroughly, and it looks like getting another supply depot there to continue to keep his production up. But the Zerg player is now mining pretty heavily at his expansion. So taking a look at the income overlay here, he has actually taken a significant lead on the income. So the Little One is going to need to either do some serious damage to his economy or get an expansion of his own up and running here pretty quickly, or he could be in some trouble. And it looks like the destructible rock's going to go down here at the high yield expansion on the left side of the map, so ZpuX can expand. And ZpuX is actually in pretty good shape here against the Little One at this point, although it looks like with a number of Hellions starting to build up here for the Little One, if he doesn't get anything other than Zerglings in the mix here, he could be in trouble, because Hellions with that pre-igniter will just roast those Zerglings so quickly. And you can see that he is starting to build a command center inside his base. The command center looking like it's about 80% finished, 90% finished. So he will be moving that expansion out once that is finished, and one Zergling out here so that he can spot when that expansion is started or if any units moved out, although apparently he missed these Hellions going out, and these Hellions are going to try to get in and do some quick damage, although with a Hydra and a Spine Crawler, it doesn't look like he's going to get a whole lot of work in, managing to take out a couple of Zerglings, but that is pretty insignificant, although he does manage to get Reapers in the back of the expansion here. Those Reapers, unfortunately, not able to do a whole lot of damage because of the Hydras, Queen, and Roach that is at that expansion. He tried to focus fire down the Queen and got about halfway there before he got those taken out, although it looks like he did take out a decent amount of drones there, possibly. Actually, I'm sorry, they may have just been clumped up together over here on this mineral patch. So that Reaper attack did not do very much damage, although it looks like he's still trying to do a little bit more damage on the main base here. 1 kill on that Hellion and no kills on that Hellion, so it doesn't look like that was too effective. And Baneling's starting to come out for ZpuX as well, and it looks like he is going to load these up and try to do some kind of a drop, possibly on the mineral line of the Little One with these Banelings. So that could actually be pretty interesting. I have not seen anybody use Banelings in a drop strategy yet, so I'd be interesting to see how that plays out. But he does have a couple of bunkers going up here to defend this new expansion that he is putting down, and he's moving his orbital command over there right now, changing it into an orbital command before lifting it off and moving it out of his base, so that he can already have the ability to add those mules at his expansion here to help him mine as soon as that comes down. You can see here already enough energy between the 2 orbital commands to put down 3 mules at that expansion already, so that is going to spike his income here pretty quickly, and we should see that go up here. Although unfortunately for the Little One, he does have 1 expansion behind yet, as the Zerg player ZpuX is now mining at his gold expansion. So still a slight advantage on the income for ZpuX at this point in time. And if we take a look at the units overlay here, we can see that the armies are pretty diverse here. The Zerg player has a great mix of units. He does have some Banelings, Roaches, Hydras, and Zerglings, so a pretty diverse mix here. And this Thor could... Oh, actually, it looks like here comes the Banelings. I don't know if they're going to try to snipe this Thor or the... No, they're going to go for the miners, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get those Banelings out in time. So he is going to back off and try to get back here. That Thor was not able to take out those Overlords before they could unload those Banelings or even back out to not get taken out. And it looks like those Overlords still over half health, so not in danger of losing those immediately right now. Although if he is not careful with the... Oh my goodness, and we actually have Roaches and stuff at the top of his base here as well. So it looks like he is going to go for a lot of drop strategy. And at this point, I don't think that the Little One is aware that this is coming. So his army is moving out of position, although just now seeing it as they are coming into view of his buildings. And it looks like a little bit of miss micro possibly there, as he does not drop the units as soon as they're in position. So those SCVs coming back to fight along with these tanks and Marauders. And Marauders, of course, are very, very powerful against these Roaches. And these tanks sieging up with this splash damage going to be able to take out these Marauders relatively quickly, it looks like. And these Banelings, it looks like, trying to come in here and do some damage. Doesn't look like they were able to get a whole lot in, though. I did not see where those first few banelings were attacked or exploded at, but the second two did not do a whole lot of damage, it doesn't look like. The Zerg player backing out his overlords at this point, although he does have a lot more units loaded up, although it looks like they are primarily Zerglings in these overlords. So going to try to do another drop on the back here. It looks like he did manage to take out a sizable amount of SCVs, unless they were just moved out to the expansion here, which it doesn't look like he has that many SCVs at his expansion. So actually maybe that attack did take out more SCVs than I thought it did. If we take a look at the units lost tab, ZpuX has lost a lot more units than the little one at this point, but of course the Zerg units are much less expensive than the Terran units, so of course they usually lose more units. But as you look at the resources in the units lost, both teams are about even right now, although it looks like ZpuX with this quick Baneling or Zergling drop is going to attack. Actually, the little one going to have to GG. So the little one actually losing to this new drop strategy from the Zerg player. And I'm sorry, I know that Zerg players in StarCraft 1 have lost or have used the drop strategies a lot, but I have not seen a whole lot of drop strategies in StarCraft 2, simply because how mobile the Zerg army is, especially with Nidus canals in StarCraft 2. It seems like Nidus canals are the preferred method of transport. I have not seen a whole lot of Overlord dropping. But anyways, little one GG's. Game 1 is going to go to this new Zerg player ZpuX, who I have not seen a whole lot from, but apparently he is pretty good. And as you could see in chat there, the little one did request Lost Temple for Game 2, so it looks like we will be moving on to Lost Temple in Game 2 with ZpuX at a 1-0 advantage right now. GG.